How did we get here? Episode 6. The day everything changed, and the 3 years nobody was ready for. Last episode, we left you with Geoffrey Hinton's students obliterating an image recognition competition in 2012. Within a year, every major tech company was hiring neural network researchers as fast as they could find them. The race was on. What happened next moved faster than anyone predicted. OpenAI was founded in San Francisco in 2015 by a group that included Elon Musk, Sam Altman, and Ilya Sutskever. Their mission was unusual. They argued they might be building one of the most transformative and potentially dangerous technologies in human history, and that the best way to handle that was to build it themselves, carefully in the open. Microsoft eventually put in $13 billion. The research kept going. Models got bigger. Capabilities kept climbing in ways that surprised even the people building them. By late 2022, they had something. The launch was not a big production. OpenAI posted a link on Twitter and said, "Here's a thing, try it." 1 million signed up in 5 days. Because what ChatGPT could do was genuinely unlike anything the public had encountered before. You could ask it to explain quantum physics in simple terms, write a cover letter, find a bug in your code. For the first time in history, artificial intelligence felt like something you could actually use, today, right now. No product had ever reached 100 million users that fast. ChatGPT did it in 60 days. Inside Google, the launch triggered something that almost never happens at one of the world's most powerful companies: panic. Google had invented the transformer architecture that made ChatGPT possible. It was literally in a paper their own researchers published in 2017. They'd done almost nothing with it publicly because they were terrified of what a flawed AI product would do to their search business. Now a competitor had moved, and the world had noticed. Google already had a chatbot project called Bard in development. ChatGPT's explosive debut forced the company to accelerate its plans. They rushed it to market and watched it make a factual error in the very first public demo, wiping $100 billion off their stock price in a single day. What followed was the fastest, most expensive technology arms race in history. Microsoft integrated ChatGPT into every product they owned. Anthropic launched Claude. Meta released their AI models as open source, free for anyone to download and build on. New models arrived every few months, each dramatically more capable than the last. And then, in 2024, the technology got genuinely strange. AI companies had been scaling up by doing the same thing bigger: more data, more computing power, larger models. That approach was hitting limits, so they tried something different. Instead of training models to predict the next word, they trained them to think through problems step by step, to reason, check their own work, try again when they got something wrong. OpenAI's first reasoning model didn't just solve problems that had stumped every previous AI system. It showed it's working. It caught its own mistakes. It wasn't just faster or more knowledgeable than previous models. It was thinking differently. Meanwhile, a Chinese company called DeepSeek released an open-source model matching American performance at a fraction of the cost. NVIDIA's stock dropped 17% in a single day. The assumption that American AI companies had an unassailable lead suddenly looked a lot shakier. Then AI stopped talking and started doing. Agents arrived. Not chatbots. Systems that could be given a goal and go figure out how to achieve it on their own. Browse the web, write code, run the code, see what broke, fix it. No human in the loop. The difference between a chatbot and an agent is the chatbot tells you how to get somewhere. An AI agent figures out the route, navigates traffic, and gets there on its own. By 2025, AI had stopped being a novelty and become infrastructure. In your email client, your code editor, hospital diagnostic systems, financial fraud detection, weather forecasting. The EU AI Act came into force. Legal battles reached courtrooms. A regulatory war in America over who gets to make the rules is still unresolved today. It is April 2026. AI agents are running inside major corporations, completing tasks autonomously around the clock. The global AI market, valued at $279 billion in 2024, is projected to reach $3.5 trillion by 2033. Chinese AI companies have closed the gap with American systems to near parity. The question everyone in the industry is circling, and nobody will say out loud, is how far away we are from AI that matches human capability across all domains. Not narrow tasks, everything, whether they're right or spectacularly wrong, is something we are going to find out together. 6 episodes, 200 years. From a half-built brass machine in a London workshop to AI agents running autonomously inside the world's largest companies. You know where it came from, you know what it cost, you know who built it and who tried to stop it. Congratulations, you made it to now. From this episode forward, this channel covers what happens next, every week in real time. Subscribe, because the next chapter is already being written and it is moving very, very fast. As time moves on, more and more of what you see, hear, and watch every day is being created by artificial intelligence, including me. See you next week.